Hi there, welcome to the YouTube channel. Just a note before I start this one, usually all my videos have a thing where I say I'll be playing this on stream as soon as possible. Today's one won't be seen on stream until sometime after the 11th of December. The reason for that is Daybreak Games have announced all the new cards from Foundations Jumpstart are going to be coming in treasure chests on the 11th of December. So that means today's card, Slinza, the Spike Stampede, won't be seen on stream until then, but I couldn't wait that long to do this deck because I've wanted a good beast commander for a very, very long time now, and today's one really is that. So, Slinza is 4 and a green for a 5/5 beast. Beast spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. Each other beast you control enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. And whenever Slinza or another creature with power 4 or greater enters, you may pay 1 and a hybrid red-green. If you do, Slinza fights target creature you don't control. Wow. What a card. Why this couldn't have been in the main base set for Foundations, I don't know. But to a certain extent, I can understand why I went in Jumpstart, because this is just crazy. I can't remember the last time we had a really good beast commander, and really this one just hits all those things. You get the red beasts, the green beasts, and you get to have a cost reduction. You get to make them a bit bigger when they come in, and then if you want to pay the mana, you can get Slinza to fight something else if you really want to. Yeah, I was really happy when this card got spoiled, so I'm really glad that Daybreak Games are going to be introducing all the Foundation Jumpstart cards later in the year. But today I'm going to cover this one. This will be the first deck I play as soon as the Jumpstart cards become available, so you can see it on stream. But for now, this is how I've built it, because you can pick this card up now and really probably upset people at your friendly local gaming store. So here we go. We're looking at beasts, and we have quite a few. Yeah, Metallic Mimic is a beast, it's a shapeshifter. That's fine. Another way of getting +1/+1 counters on all your beasts when they enter. Garruk's Harbinger comes in. Whenever it deals combat damage, you can look to a player or Planeswalker. You can look at that many cards from the top of your library, reveal a creature card or a Garruk Planeswalker from among them, put it in your hand, rest on the bottom. But it's a full 3 at the end of the day, so you can trigger the fight if you want to pay 5 instead. Manglehorn's here just because it blows up someone's artifact, take out those Soul Rings, Signets, whatever, and it slows everyone down because the artifact's then into tapped. Realm Walker is also technically a beast. We'll choose beast as a creature type, and we'll cast creature spells from the top of the library of our chosen type when we feel like it. Yes, thank you. Axebane Ferox, murders a card off mana, Death Touch Haste, 4/4. Thank you. Another beast that, with Slinza down comes down for double green. Enduring Courage isn't a beast. I'm very much aware of that. It is a Dog Glimmer. However, when another creature you control enters, it gets +2/+0 and gains haste. And if Enduring Courage gets kills off, it just comes back as an enchantment that does that for you all the time. I can't fault it at all. Yeah, we had to have another beast in here. Kona's here. Yeah, have this tapped. Get a creature in your permanent card or put permanent card from my hand onto the battlefield. I'll go with that, thanks. Questing Beast, the major beast that upset loads of people in Standard a while back. Yeah, I'm happy for it to be here. Vigilance, Death Touch, Haste, yep, 4/4, thank you. Ravenous Baloth, going old school, sacrifice our beasts off to gain some life. Roaming Throne is a beast, technically. It's a Golem beast, and triggered abilities of another creature you control trigger an additional time. So yeah, we'll go with that. Doink, trigger. Yep, alright. Spellbreak Behemoth means all our creature spells with power 5 or greater that we're now hitting can't be countered, and this can't be countered itself. Overworld Oddity, hopefully we'll be able to transform it really quickly to give all our other creatures +1/+1 and trample and haste. Arbor Stomper just gives us some life when it comes to the battlefield. Domri's Nogrod, yeah, 5/2, probably not the best stats in the world, has trample, but we do get to go and find Domri's City Smasher, which is kind of a key Planeswalker in this deck, believe it or not. Elder Gargaroth, we know what it does. When it attacks or blocks, we get a beast, some life, or a card. Garruk's Pack Leader just gives us card draw, and it is a 4/4 for 5 mana, so yep, happy with this so far. Nylea's Forerunner gives everything trample, because there's a few cards that haven't got trample. He says going back through and trying to find one that hasn't. There are some. There you go, Spellbreaker Behemoth hasn't, so might as well give them all trample with this and a bit of card draw. Sorry, where am I? Forerunner, that's what I'm looking at. Quartzwood Crasher. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal with trample, deal combat damage to a player, create an XX green dinosaur beast creature token with trample where X is the amount of damage dealt to that player. Don't forget it's that player, so if you've got several beasts attacking several of your opponents in Commander, you may get 2 or 3 of the dinosaurs, because each one will trigger separately. I'm happy with that. Ridgescale Tusker just chucks around +1/+1 counters. Thragtusk gives us 5 and leaves us a beast when it dies. Grave Sifter. Enters the battlefield, each player chooses a creature type. A little bit dodgy, I agree. And then returns any number of cards of that type from his or her graveyard to his or her hand. 6 mana for a 5/7 that reanimates all your stuff that's already been killed off. Well, not reanimates, returns. Still good. Rampaging Baloths, because why wouldn't you? It's a beast at the end of the day. Rox is here, so we can get his combat damage through no matter what, and we get a bit of regeneration on the go. Have to have one of the old school cards in. Sanctuary Smasher is just first strike. It is mainly here, I'll be honest, to cycle to draw a card. A 6/4 for 6 mana with first strike is okay. The cycling ability makes it a lot better by giving one of your bigger beasts a first strike counter though, so yeah, okay. Ultanac, the Thrice Called, comes in from Duskmourn, becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls. You draw a card, and you can discard the Thrice Called to return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped if we're desperate. But chances are we'll just be playing this as a 7 mana 9/9 with trample most of the time. Cultivated Colossus, also in, get those power and toughness equal to the lands in play, and then you know the trick, land into the battlefield, draw a card, land, draw a card, etc, etc. Garruk's Horde, play with the top card of your library revealed, and you may cast the top card of your library as a creature. Back to M12 for this one, still good fun. Gruul Rage Beast goes back even further to Oath Thingy, wherever it was, can't remember. When this or another creature enters the battlefield under control, that creature fights in the creature an opponent controls. Be careful if you're doing that though, because you might lose your creature. Spearbreaker Behemoth is indestructible, which is lovely with a Rage Beast, I'll be honest. And paying 1 to give anything else with power 5 or more indestructible is, yeah, useful a lot of the time. Of course, we had to have the mother of all beasts in. We had to have the Craterhoof Behemoth in. Yeah, we'll get there to cast it, I'm sure. Quite a few Planeswalkers for one of my decks for a change. Domri, Anak of Bolas is here to pump all our creatures up and gives a bit of mana. Chaos Bringer version gives our creatures red or green mana, and if the mana is spent on a creature it gains right, so we either give them a +1/+1 or they get haste. If we can get the -8 off, I will be very happy. Because at the beginning of each end step you get a 4/4 red-green beast creature token with trample. Yeah, each end step. Garruk Primal Hunter gives us a beast, draw some cards, or we start putting loads of worms into play. So, you know, go with that. Bit of a weird one. Lucana Bound to Runes in as well. +1 to add a red and a green, and spend this mana only to cast creature spells or activate abilities of creatures. -1 to get a Phyrexian beast creature with Toxin, or -4. Lucid is X damage divided as you choose amongst any number of planeswalkers or creatures, where X is the greatest power amongst creatures you control as you activated this ability. Yeah. If you have this in play, cast Craterhoof and then activate the ability, you're putting everyone in a world of pain and horribleness. Domri City Smasher is important in this deck, believe it or not. +1/+1 and just mass haste to everybody. Also serves as a little bit of a -3 lightning bolt. Most expensive lightning bolt in the world at 6 mana. I'm aware of that, but oh well. It's the way it goes. And if we can get the -8 off, put 3 +1/+1 counters on each creature we control, they gain trample until the end of turn, you're going to be having a really good day. The final Planeswalker, Garruk, Caller of the Beasts. Look at the top 5, find a creature, put it in our hand, the rest on the bottom. -3 to put a green creature into play from our hand, and then -7, we get an emblem with whenever you cast a creature spell, search your library for a creature card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Yeah, you can see why these 6 Planeswalkers in my mind fit really well in a beast deck. We have a few spells, a lot of ramp stuff, but we do have Vandal Blast to blow the world, everyone else's artifacts up if we need to. Nature's Law, Rampant Growth, 3 visits, Cultivate for some ramp, along with Chain Reaction, Blasphemous Act to control the board, and Ranger's Path and Sky Shroud Claim to go and get those, well, forest mountains out of our library into play to speed up our mana if we need to. Artifact wise, ramp starts with Sol Ring, then Arcane Signet, then one of the green and the red medallions, Thought Vessel so we don't get stuck with a load of cards in our hand, Herald's Horn because we just choose Beast and make them even cheaper to cast, which is lovely, and then there may be a little bit of manipulation of top of our library at the beginning of each turn. Patchwork Banner, you can also choose Beast, give them all +1/+1, and this adds mana as well. Urza's Incubator had to be here to cut the costs down even further with our beasts. Vanquisher's Banner, choose Beast, +1/+1, cast a beast, draw a card. And then Skullport Nexus to double target creature, so whenever one or more non-token creatures you control die, you get a Fungus Dinosaur with base power and toughness equal to the total of those creatures. And the Great Henge. Again, the Great Henge is here. Yes, I know it was in yesterday's deck for Coma, but it had to be here today. Enchantments, Beastmaster Ascension to just make the beasts even bigger when we attack. Fight Rigging to chuck around some +1/+1 counters, and then if you control a creature with power 7 or greater, you may play the exiled card without its mana cost. That's nice. Uprising gives us more card draw and gives everything trample. Trudge Garden, whenever you gain life, you may pay 2 if you do create a 4/4 green fungus beast creature token with trample. The only real way we've got of producing a regular amount of life is a Great Henge, so please be aware of that. This could come out, but I wanted it in just on the off chance we get to have beasts coming in at that level. And don't forget, if you've got Slinza in play and you do this, that does come in as a 5/5 because it looks at the creature type. Doesn't matter if it's a token or not, it still looks at the creature type. Defense of the Heart seems like a no-brainer in this deck. Because we're going with really expensive creatures, the chances are that someone's going to have 3 or more in play and we'll be able to sacrifice the defense to get 2 creatures from our library into play. Guardian Project helps with the card drawing. Sarkhan's Unsealing just chucks around 4 damage whenever we play a creature spell with mana value 4 or greater. Well, power 4, 5 or 6 I should say. And that is most of the creatures in the deck, to be fair, so yeah. And then if we get something with power 7 or more, he says going up, we've got nothing. Well, we've got Garrick's Horde, so it's not going to go off that often. But yeah, the thought's there. And then finally, Glorious Sunrise. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and trample. Target land gets tap out 3 green. Card draw or life gain. Probably are a little bit shy on lands at 35 on this deck. We have got a lot of ramp in the deck. And I want to try out Cactus Preserve just so we can turn it into a XX green plant creature with reach where X is the greatest mana value amongst your commanders. It's still land, so you know, 3 mana to turn a land into a 5/5 every so often to get an extra attacker in, or maybe a blocker if we need it. That's fine in my head. Beyond that, red and green lands all the way through. Nothing particularly fancy. Yes, Temple of the False God and Reliquary Tower are here, but what I will point out is we do have 3 Tree City in the deck. We can choose beasts for this and just add a whole load of mana like we would do with, say, Shrine to Nyx or something. So it's here. I am really happy that we are going to get the Foundations Jumpstart card, into MTGO eventually. So there will be some more decks coming out over the next couple of weeks with the Foundations Jumpstart cards as the leaders in them. So keep your eyes out for that. But Slinza just hit that sweet spot I really enjoy. So if you think there's any major beasts I've missed out, let me know down below. Leave a comment, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, be even better, just to keep the videos going out there. And I'll be back tomorrow with, yeah, got to do everyone's favourite dog tomorrow, haven't we? So see you tomorrow in tomorrow's video. Bye.